I think people completely misunderstand the mindset that you need to be successful, whether it is a transformation, life, or anything of that nature, or the dream body that you want. They do. They completely misunderstand it. Because if motivation was enough, you would have done it already. You would have been able to complete and achieve anything that you wanted to achieve if, motivation was the only factor. Because if motivation was the only factor and that's all you needed and motivation, I'm always ready to go. But I didn't have any motivation when I was 300 fucking pounds, fat, broke, and my dad was dead, and my life sucked. Like it just wasn't there. I didn't have motivation to, to do it. So I'm gonna talk to you guys thoroughly on the mindset that you need. Again, more. Again, if you guys are waiting for some vlogs or some different type of videos, I have a ton coming, and I'm super stoked. I'm really enjoying making these videos right now. I'm getting such good feedback. I've been getting so many DMs on my Instagram. So if you guys, I talk to you guys. If you have anything, shoot me a DM. I will respond. It might take me some time, but I will get to you and I will talk to you. Here we go. Okay. I was literally 300 pounds, as most of you may know. And when I, was that big, the biggest thing for it, the biggest thing for being big, it was, it was changing the entire way that I looked at the process. It was changing, I didn't feel motivated. Like I said, I didn't have anything, but changing, my mindset to be able to become the person that I wanted to be. And stay until the end of this video because all these points, and especially the last points that I am going to get to, are the key factors on how you are going to change the mindset to be able to become a winner. Okay. You are not waiting for motivation. You need to stop. You need to stop thinking that, when the new year comes around, or when, your birthday comes around, or, anything or any event, you need to stop using that as your pusher, or as what is going to actually make the change in your life, or when you are going to start, or tomorrow, because that is not how it works. After this video, you will be able to start directly after it. You will. Everyone feels locked in when the goal is new. You get the dopamine from, the idea. You tell people about it. You do these things, and, you say you're going to do this, or you say you're going to do that, and all these 9 yards. You say you're going to do those things, but you never actually end up doing those things. You don't. You don't at all. The goal, and one of the main things that I'm going to be speaking about, is not that, the goal is not to be motivated every day. The goal is to have the mindset, the discipline, and the framework to be able to go throughout your whole entire day, to be able to go throughout and do what you want to do. And that goes for anything. I believe that life is a huge snowball effect, and once you do one really, 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 really hard thing in your life, whether that's losing 100 pounds, building a business, just dealing with shit and getting through it, you pretty much are good. Things feel easier, life gets easier, you can become more successful, you can do the things that you want to do. But so many people are stuck in a loop. I'm sure 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, fucking fat, stupid, broke. And it's their choice. And it's because they've never done anything hard with their life to prove to themselves that they could actually do it. And I don't mean that harshly. If you are one of these people watching that, you still can. You just need to start rolling the fucking snowball, okay? You need to. You need to have, what's the word? Default actions and a plan and a framework, so that even when you don't have discipline, you will do the fucking things that you said you are going to do. And that is the single-handedly most important thing. One of them. Throughout my weight loss journey, throughout losing all my weight, being fat, obese, there was plenty of days where I fucked up. There were plenty of days where I didn't feel like going to the gym. I didn't eat healthy. I didn't feel like it. I didn't, want to make the change. I didn't want to do these things. And the only way that I actually was able to stick to it and be able to do those things was the fact that I, had a plan. I had a plan. I was thinking long term. I was, in my head going, even if I fuck up today, say I overate one night, I have so many more years of my life to live, and I will make the change, okay? I will, and you can, once you have a plan. Nolan, how do I make a plan? How do I get a plan? What do I do? Make the minimum version. Try the lowest on what you can do. You don't need to try some super good workout plan or start some super big business plan or start these things. All you need to actually do is make a short and dumb version of it, so then you at least get your ass in the door. Perfect example is I hated reading, and up until around 6 months ago, I really didn't start reading. And the only way that I was actually able to start reading was that I said to myself, I'm just going to read a page and close the book. From that, I was able to read, get into the flow, get into these things, start doing it. And another example of that is all you have to do is say, I'm going to the gym. You don't need to have a daunting task in your mind of, oh my God, I'm doing all these workouts. I got cardio to do. I got the sauna to do. I got all these things. Just say to yourself, I'm going to the gym. Gym. plan, gym. And even if you go out to the gym and you feel like absolute dog shit, and you didn't do these things and you had a bad workout, you still prove to yourself that you could get there on those days, despite the fact that you feel like dick and balls. You can. You can still get into it, and you need to continue to focus and get into it by building that plan, saying to yourself, and taking off the things and showing to yourself and your own brain that that you're fucking in charge. You're not gonna let the bad voices or those things in your head dictate how you are going to live your life, or the other external factors. I don't know. Things happen throughout your day. You might have a bad day. You're not going to let that decide how you are going to get into the gym or how you are going to do things. You're not going to let that decide if you are going to be successful or not, because you have a plan that you are going to stick to. Perfect meal plan, unnecessary. You do not need a fucking perfect meal plan. All you need to do is eat healthier. You need to understand the fact that you need to eat healthier. You need to understand the fact that you need to, just eat cleaner. If you do not understand nutrition, you do not understand food at all, go in the link in the description. If you have $6 to spend, I have a full entire nutrition food guide, and it breaks down everything, and you never have to look at anything food related again online to understand food. I promise this will help you. I've gotten so many people that has been helpful. Here's one person already that has DM'd me and texted me that they're already down 20 pounds from my transformation course and my food course. I'm not even selling for that much. If you can't afford it, you can't buy it, continue to look on YouTube, continue to watch my videos. It is completely, and it is more than enough. I understand. It's good. But if you do, I promise it will help you. Back to what I was saying. The whole point of life and the biggest thing why people are successful, why people have a good physique, why people might have a six-pack abs, why people might have this. Yeah, maybe they had a better starting point than you, but they were fucking consistent. And no matter what you do in life, the gym, these things, the only reason I have anything I have in life is because I was consistent in my life, and I was actually able to learn consistency. From the gym, I was able to learn that things are going to take time. I was going to learn that if I wanted to build something big, build something bigger than me, build the physique that I want, it is going to take an absurdly amount of time. The physique that you want is probably you're not going to be able to get it in a year. It is probably going to take you 5. But if you say to yourself that the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well fucking start and do it, and even if you fuck up along the way, you still have the plan and the long-term vision and goal that this is who you are going to become. It takes a lot of the stress off your shoulders to actually be able to take action rather than being cripplingly stuck because of the anxiety that you have, thinking that you are not good enough to start. Okay. Next, stop making the entire transformation your personality. You need to stop. You don't need to, if you're fat, you're skinny, anything of that nature. You don't need to just start thinking that, oh, this is me. This is all I could become. Oh, like I only eat healthy, or oh, I only do this, or yeah, I have to do this. You don't. You just need to get better than who you were yesterday. You need to be 1% better. And that is all you need to be. Once you are 1% better and you actually, like I said, you build the framework, you build the plan, the transformation isn't your identity. It's who you are. It's who you become. And, once you continue to build who you are, prove to yourself who you are, one of my favorite quotes ever, the Alex Hormozy quote, where he talks about you need to build no matter who you are, no matter where you're at in life, you continue to build a stack of undeniable proof to yourself that you could do it, no matter how small, no matter how big it is, to be able to conquer bigger things. And that's probably not the exact quote, but that's kind of it and what I've heard. And when you start making the whole transformation your personality, and you start saying, oh, I'm gonna be this in this amount of time, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, or this, or whatever it may be, it is going to just make it a lot more difficult for you if you fuck up, or if you're not where you're at, because you're gonna feel such an overwhelming amount of self-doubt to the fact that you aren't where you said you were going to be. You did. Stop telling yourself you're gonna be at these places. You don't need to be there in that amount of time. Stop letting social media, society pressures telling you that you need to be here at this age, or you need to do this, you need to do that. Just getting better than who you were yesterday is the only thing that fucking matters, bro. Only thing. You're in competition with no one in this world, no one in this life. You and me aren't in competition. Me and my little brother aren't in competition. All you are in competition with is yourself. And if you could go to bed at the end of the night and say to yourself, who just drove past my house, that you are fulfilled with your actions and your duties, no matter even if you are fucking cripplingly obese and all you did was walk outside, that is a huge fucking win. Because you proved to yourself that you could get outside and do it. And you said you're gonna do something to yourself, and you could do it. In the same way is, when I was fucking fat, morbidly obese, and had all these things, I didn't think I could do a fraction of the shit I do today. I didn't think so. I didn't. You wanna know why I'm in a button down and I have all this nice shit on? I had a fucking meeting for my media company with a guy who makes over $600,000 a month. A month. Literally a month. And I'm doing stuff for him, and it's what I do. And I never would think, years ago, that I would be able to get to that point at the only age I'm 21 now, at 21. Because I'd never had anything. No one ever showed me the world. I never came from a family that had shit. If you watched my full story video, you would understand. You know where I'm coming from. I never thought I would get there. But because of the fact that I built that snowball up and I lost 100 pounds, it said to me, I could do anything I want. If I could do that, I could do fucking anything. I can. And no matter how hard it gets, I'm not going to quit, because I know eventually, with the work that I put in, it is going to work out. Okay? It will. Stop making the transformation your whole identity. All you need to do is be better than who you were yesterday. I promise. Building the proof that you could trust yourself is everything. Even if it's small, you need to be stacking the small wins, almost anything. Brushing your teeth in the morning, making your bed. Those things actually matter. And I'm going to say they actually matter because it proves to you that you could listen to what you say you're going to do. I told myself, no matter how busy I am today, I am going to film this video. And I'm filming it in the time that I have. Because I said I am going to do it. Okay? And if you say you could do something, you will be able to do it. Don't say to yourself that you're going to go build a fucking rocket ship and you're going to go get a six-pack David Lade-esque physique by next week, because you won't be able to do it. Or next year, you won't. So when next year comes around, you feel like dick and balls. That doesn't happen. Build small proof, stack your chips, and just build the momentum, okay? Just build it. Cut out your vices. Cut out the bad things. Even if you can't fully cut them out. Let's say you smoke a ton of weed. Cut back your weed by an extraordinary amount. Cut it back. Smoke less, no matter how hard it is. Prove to yourself that you can do it. Even if you smoke all day, 24/7, wait an hour. Smoke an hour later than you would normally smoke in the morning if you wake up and smoke. That's all you need to do. Prove to yourself that you could do an hour. And then smoke. Reward yourself. Next day, 2 hours. You don't need to fucking sit here and be a cold turkey demon. You just need to win. And you need to show yourself that you could listen. And it's going to be harder, but you need to prove that, okay? You need to. All right, this is one of the most important parts of this video. It is making, good decisions easier than bad decisions. Perfect example is when you go downstairs and let's say you go food shopping, you do these things. If you live with parents or have siblings, or, have other people in your house, this is going to be more difficult. Stop buying dog shit food. If you don't have dog shit food, there's nothing you could eat. Delete DoorDash off your phone. Delete Uber Eats. You don't need them. Make it harder. And even if you did really need DoorDash, only time you can order is when you re-download the whole entire app. You download it. That friction of compared to it being downloaded on your phone is just going to have you thinking more, being like, all right, I'm actually re-downloading this app. Oh my God, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing that. And it will make it significantly easier for you, okay, to be able to do what you said you're going to do or make the decisions easier. Like I said with the people downstairs, if there's food in your house or there's these things in your house, it is going to be hard, and you're just going to have to be almost disciplined in that way and understand your goal and be, that. But when it comes to, those things, you just need to make the decisions easier. If there's healthy food in your house downstairs and you don't have dog shit, it is going to be significantly harder for you to make the bad decision of binging at night, eating a bunch of dog shit, etc. It is. And this is one of the biggest things that I touch up on in my transformation course. That is, I'm so grateful I made that. And, it's affordable. My full transformation course is $29.99. Again, it will be linked in the description down below if you want to pick it up. I already have some people getting back to me, and I'm excited. In a few more months, I already know I'm going to have so many people that have changed because of it, because the course has been out for maybe a month and a half. Again, it's only $29.99, and there's more information on there than people you're probably paying monthly for or hundreds of dollars for, because that's not what I'm here for. I made that course because that's around 30, like when I was broke and had that. I don't think I ever had more than, $50 to $100 to my name, if $100, probably 30, really 30. I don't think I ever had $100 in my bank account until I was like 18 years old, 17 years old, no, 16, when I started doing Twitch, sorry, yapping. But you just need to prove it. Make decisions easier, make life easier for you. If, like I said, you have a walking pad or you could get steps in, make things easier. Think how you could make things easier. Good example for me. When I was like, it's horrible to say, but when I was like 16, 17, I struggled to brush my teeth every morning. I literally wouldn't. I would just forget. I would drink coffee. I'd go about my day. No one ever said my breath smelled, thank God, but maybe it probably did. But so, you know how I changed that? I had this app called Alarmy, not sponsored. and it makes you take a picture of like whatever you set the picture to. So I would take a picture of my toothbrush, and every morning I would only be able to wake up if I took a picture of my toothbrush, and I already had a toothbrush in my hands. So I was like, I bet I'm gonna brush my teeth. Make things easier. Once you make things easier, life becomes easier significantly, and it is still going to be hard, but making the bad decisions harder to make than the easier ones is one of the biggest game changers that you can make. Your plan, and then next thing, your plan has to survive real life. You need to be able to have this plan, you know, if the worst of the worst happens, your family goes in the hospital, you know, if fucking someone dies, you have, you know, major school test, you know, things of that nature. I don't know. You need to be able to make your plan long term. You need to be able to make your plan sustainable so that in a few years you could still continue to do it, add more to it. But when you are just starting out, whatever you do, your plan needs to be realistic for your life and not someone else's plan and their life. Okay? That's why you need to. One of the most important things here, your plan has to be real life proof. Whether, you know, it's even just going to the gym for 30 minutes and, or, you know, training for 30 minutes and, you know, walking or doing those things. That's what it is. You don't need to say to yourself, oh my God, I'm gonna work out an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna have my perfect meal. Step by step, small steps. And once you continue to get easy in that plan that you make, it will then continue to compound. And then you'll be able to add more to your plan and your life to be able to win. To be able to win. No doubt in my mind, okay? It's getting a little hot in here. Fuck. Let's get shirtless. Let's get shirtless. Oh shit, it's hot. Okay. So, with that being said, your plan just has to survive real life. You have to be able to win. You have to be able to get comfortable, you know, be temporarily uncomfortable. Life sucks. And the more you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, life will be easier because it sucks. It does. It does. And, you know, once uncomfortable to you is easy, it's so much easier. Look at the sunburn. Oh, it's so much easier to navigate the life that you want to live. Okay? So once you navigate, you know, the life that you actually want to live and you want to win at, oh, there we go, that you want to win at, it will be better. Okay? You know, get comfortable with the uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable going to the gym, only way you're going to get better at it is driving. When I got into my really bad car accident when someone blew a red light and T-boned me, I hated driving. I experienced a bad anxiety for the first time in my life. And it was really difficult for me to drive, go anywhere, morning, night, day, because I was living in fear. And yes, sure, that could happen, that it can, but until like a few months later, I didn't start driving again, and then I would just force myself out the house. I would force myself out every morning to go to a coffee shop and drive 15, 20 minutes, and then this, and then that. And then I eventually built the confidence to be able to, you know, go out and drive again, to go out and drive at night again, to be able to do these things. Because, you know, I got comfortable with it again. I was able to soothe my brain, just let it know that this is how things are. This is how it's going to be. And I could continue to, you know, hide from it and just be like, oh, and just use that excuse or have that victim mentality. Why me? Why did this happen to me? Why did I experience, you know, a bad car accident after not even driving for a few weeks, if not months, with my new car? Why? It was my first car I bought out cash. I bought a cash 2012 Honda Accord. I had it super clean. I loved my Honda Accord. I love it. I could have, you know, used all that stress, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to let this ruin my life. I'm not going to be scared of driving. I'm not going to do these things and be terrified of it. And the only way I did that was not, you know, fucking just saying to myself, I'm doing it. I had to get on the road. I had to drive. In the same way, you need to take control and steer your life and know that no matter what the fuck happens, even if what you do doesn't go exactly as planned, that you will continue to stay on track. You will continue to stay on plan. All right, this is one of the main things that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, okay? It's very big. And when it comes to, you know, life and when it comes to making it, hold on, my batteries just got done charging. You need to understand how to not turn a bad day, which everyone has. I pulled my back recently, and it's been fucking me up in training. I haven't really been able to train the past week and a half, 2 weeks, is how to not let a bad day turn into a bad month. All right, and I'm going to give you the exact sauce that I had because I had a lot of bad days when I was younger, even up until I was 18, and still now. I have bad days. I do, you know. Your transformation, it isn't determined about how, you know, bad you fuck up. Your transformation is determined by how quick you get back on track. And the quicker you could get back on track is the single-handedly one of the most important things in life. Not even just building the physique that you want. It is literally the biggest game changer when it comes to life. It is. It is. Being able to bounce back and just fucking do what you said you were going to do is legitimately one of the single biggest game changers. It is. Because you have your plan. You have your framework. You have the bad decisions being able to be easier than the hard decisions. Or harder than the whatever. You get what I'm saying. But the premise of that is that pretty much the recovery skill matters more than the perfection of being able to do what you want and say you're going to do. So even if you have a shitty workout or you have a shitty meal, instead of being like, you know, the next day being like, oh, I'm going to restrict my calories, or oh, I'm going to do this, or oh, I'm going to do that, you stick back to your meal plan and you go. Life is going to move anyway. You don't change all your shit. You don't ruin your life. You don't do all these things. You get right back on track to exactly where you are and exactly where you want it to be. Okay? You know, one bad meal doesn't ruin a diet, but continuing to spiral after that bad meal the next day, adjusting your calories or drastically cutting your calories is only going to force your body to binge because you actually need the fucking food. Stop doing it. Don't. Okay? Like, one missed workout doesn't mean you can't work out. I was in Italy for 2 years last year, or not 2 years, 2 weeks last year, a little bit longer, and I didn't train the whole 2 weeks. I didn't. And my physique is the best it's ever been this year. I was literally got back from Italy a week ago. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Enjoy yourself. Take the stress off. Life is long, and you need to make it sustainable, okay? You need to. Oh, it hurts me so much when I see people just talk about, you know, they binged that night, and then they just drastically cut their calories, and they're like, oh, I binged again. Yeah, your body needs the food, and if you were properly fueled throughout the whole day, eating normal meals, doing these things, that probably wouldn't have happened. I get it though, I've been there, but you know, just stay on the plan that you made. Stay on the plan. Again, if I touch up on so much of this. I have a 2-hour long video in my transformation course, and then the food guide touches up on so much of this about how to deal with these binges and how to deal with these things. I'm going to continue to make free YouTube videos like this, and again, a lot of vlogs coming and a lot of really good content soon. I'm just really enjoying providing these value-based videos, and I haven't been able to train a ton due to the fact that I pulled my lower back. It's extremely swollen and it's been fucked up. It's like I have to get up like this. So just vibe, enjoy yourself. It is going to take time. You know, I've been on the cut. I've been doing really well with my physique. I pulled my back. I was on low sleep. I wasn't really, you know, I was a little bit before my 21st birthday. I was going out. I was having fun, chilling with friends. Sleep wasn't the best. Trained really hard. Felt a little pull. It's fine. I'm good. But, you know, I haven't really been able to train. And I'm not, you know, saying to myself, oh, the cut's ruined. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm literally eating in a surplus right now / maintenance right now because I know my body is going to need it, you know, to help me fuel to recover faster through the injury. And the cut's just going to go on right after. As soon as I'm good. As soon as I'm ready to go. Even now, the last 2 days, I've been back on my diet. I've been back on the meal plan. I've been back on these things. And I'm not saying to myself, oh, it's all ruined. Oh, I'm not hitting the time that I wanted to hit. Oh, I'm not doing this. If you're not a bodybuilder stepping on stage, you don't need to be so critical about the time in which you are doing things. Just do them and enjoy the process. Just enjoy it. Like, we're casual lifters. We are. We're just trying to make a good transformation, have a good physique, and look good naked. Like, that's what we're here for, you know? And analyze it. You know, let's say you do fuck up. You have a binge session. You have one of these sessions. Why did you? Did you have bad sleep? You know, did you not fuel properly throughout the day? Did you do a lot more? Maybe you took a lot more steps. Maybe your metabolic rate that day was significantly higher. You burned more calories. Those things. Just adjust. Be able to, you know, make that change to be able to do that. And it will drastically help you. All right. This is the last talking point I'm going to get to, and if you made it here from the beginning of the video, thank you, because this is the single-handedly probably one of the most important things, or it is the most important thing that I'm going to be talking about. The end goal of this is that the behaviors, the actions, the things that you do don't feel like a burden. You feel like you're almost talking to your future self and borrowing from your future self, because in the future these things are going to be easier. And once you prove to yourself that you do them a little bit through the shifting your identity a little bit day by day, more and more, it's going to prove to you that you can do it. It will. At first, you might act as a person who you want to become, and that's how you need to be acting. You don't want to be forcing. You don't want to be forcing yourself to be someone who you're not. You need to take baby steps into, shifting your identity into that healthy lifestyle, into that, business, whatever it is, into that lifestyle, and being able to win in that nature. you know, and then, through that, the bad days eventually, bad training days, bad diet days, any of that shit. Hold on, a long day. Help you recover. You just, it becomes a normal part that you've already bounced back from. You've already done it, so you would understand how to do it. You already know how to win. You already know what you need to do. You know, I got to talk to a guy who was DMing me over his transformation course. He's like, no, Nolan, I'm down 20 pounds since I did your transformation and went through your stuff. He's like, you're the truth, bro. I really appreciate that. And he was telling me about how, he wants to see himself in this way and he wants to be here by then. And I told him, good, you need to set those goals. But if you're not a failure and you can do it because you already proved to yourself that you could lose 20 pounds. You already did. So if you already proved to yourself that you could lose 20 pounds, you can do it more. You can. You built that stack of proof that you could do it. Your identity should be, flexible. Your identity needs to be flexible because once your identity is flexible, you're more than your physique. You're more than whatever you may be doing, trying to accomplish. Your point is to make the behaviors normal that you want in your future self. And the only way you're going to make those behaviors normal is by dipping your toes in the water, bro. You have to dip your toes in the water. You have to just dabble in what you say you're going to do. And once you dabble, you dabble in what you say you're going to do, prove to yourself little by little, you will consistently continue to win. You will. I promise. I fucking promise, man. Okay? I promise. Now, we're going to get into the end of the video here, and I want to talk about the end of the video, and this is the last closing. If you are watching this, this is because you feel like change and, you failed a bunch of times, like any of those things, okay? There's so much to it. There's so much. Let me get my thought here. One sec. If you failed a bunch of times, you're not satisfied where you're at, you're probably here, like I just said. And the problem is that you're not making the change. You're not building a version that is you. You're trying to fulfill a perfect version. You're trying to be perfect. You're trying to work out perfect. You're trying to eat perfect, operate perfect, wake up on time perfectly. You're trying to do all these things, and then you fucking fuck up once, and then everything goes out the window. And then everything goes out the window, and then you're cooked. Because you just feel like that. You just do. You just do. Do not leave this video thinking that you could become a whole entire different person overnight or in a week. Pick 1 to 3 things that are big or small that you could do this week. And dumb them down and prove to yourself that you can do it. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm not going to do all these workouts. I'm going to go to the gym and just have fun. I'm going to lift. If I want to hit some biceps again, I'll hit some fucking biceps again. I will, Oh, if I'll eat clean this week. If you eat clean that week, you're going to prove to yourself, okay, I could do it for longer. Okay? I could do it for longer. And you will continue to do it for longer. I was 300 pounds. And when I was 300 pounds, where I am now didn't feel achievable. It didn't. But it felt achievable every day. More achievable every day. It did. Oh my God, my back's hurting a little bit. I got a bad sunburn, bro. Fuck. Look at that. Oh, it is. See, I'm still doing it no matter what. Pulled back, sunburn on the back. Get that shit the fuck done. Bad days, okay? You just do it no matter what, okay? You just do it. So, just proving to yourself that you can do it is everything. Is everything. You have to make the next decision easier, then stack that decision that was the correct one, and keep proving to yourself that you could make it, that you could be the person who you want to become. When I look back, it's so crazy to me that I'm where I am now. It is. I'm so grateful. I wouldn't be here without you guys watching my videos, supporting me, sending messages, and you guys are motivating me sometimes and knock my head straight. Nolan, keep doing this. Nolan, I'm so grateful for it. I am. I'm so grateful you guys watch my stuff. I'm glad I could be that person to help you, support you, and be there for you, truthfully. If you made it to the end of this video, I want to show you something real quick. I'm actually still in my bedroom, by the way. I just got a fake wall. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Come on. Got a little fake wall action, baby. Come on. So, thank you for watching here. If you made it to the end, I promise you could do it, no matter what it may be in your life. If this transformation, starting the business, fucking anything, all right? If you want my full transformation guide and my food guide, it is in the link in the description. The full transformation guide is $29.99, and the food guide is $5.99. If you cannot, you just don't want to, that's completely fine. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, and I love making these talking videos because I try and talk like as if I needed this talk, and I'm talking to my younger self. I am. I'm talking to my younger self in this camera lens right now. These videos almost feel cringe to make sometimes, but I don't give a fuck how many views they get. I don't care what they get. If they just, one person is helped from me having this conversation, just talking to you like a person and not some fabricated ass YouTube fucking algorithmic, thing, that's all that matters to me. All right. Again, so many good vlogs coming soon. If you made it to the end of the video, I would appreciate if you guys comment some videos that you want to see. I got Skylar taking over my cutting diet for 48 hours, which I'm a little nervous for, but it will be fun. Love y'all.